What I'm about to reveal to you isn't just advice, it's a warning. If you truly care about your future, about your heart, you need to stay with me through this entire video. You can skip ahead if you want, but let me tell you this, if you miss even 1 second of what I'm going to say, you might miss the difference between love and heartbreak. Did you know that 80% of breakups happen because we ignore the warning signs? Are you next? Stick around, because we're diving deep into the red flags of relationships, the signs that something's wrong, even when everything seems right. These aren't just small warnings, they're the blaring sirens that demand your attention. So, if you're ready to protect yourself from the pain that many others have faced, listen closely. This could save you. If your partner isn't truly listening anymore, dodges meaningful conversations, blames you for everything, and dismisses your feelings with sarcasm. These aren't just small issues, they're glaring red flags. These signs are serious warnings that something is off in your relationship. But understanding these red flags goes deeper than just recognizing them. There's a psychological layer to uncover. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot these signs and what they mean for your relationship. So, if you're ready to take control of your love life, let's dive into the 6 critical red flags you need to watch out for. Let's get started. Number 1. Poor communication. Have you ever felt like you're talking to a wall, or worse, talking to someone who doesn't really hear you? Communication is the backbone of any relationship. When it's weak, everything else crumbles. Picture this: you try to express how you feel, but your words are met with silence, dismissiveness, or constant interruptions. Over time, this erodes trust, creates misunderstandings, and builds resentment. If you can't talk openly and honestly with your partner, it's not just a bump in the road, it's a dead end. Number 2. Controlling behavior. This isn't about love, it's about control. Plain and simple. When your partner needs to know where you are, who you're with, and what you're doing every second of the day, that's not concern, that's control. They might disguise it as care, but the reality is, they're chipping away at your independence, one text at a time. Imagine having to justify every decision, every move you make. That's not freedom, and it's definitely not love. If you feel more like a prisoner than a partner, it's time to reassess. Number 3. Lack of trust. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship, but when it's missing, suspicion and doubt take over. Have you ever found yourself constantly checking your partner's phone, questioning their every move, or feeling like you need to prove your loyalty? That's not trust, that's insecurity. And it goes both ways. If your partner is constantly accusing you, demanding proof of your love, or making you feel like you have to walk on eggshells to avoid triggering their doubts, you're in dangerous territory. Without trust, there's no stability, no peace, and no future. Number 4. Jealousy and possessiveness. A little jealousy can be normal, even flattering. But when it turns into possessiveness, when your partner starts treating you like their property, it's a huge red flag. Imagine not being able to have friends of the opposite sex, or constantly being accused of flirting just because you smiled at someone. This isn't love, it's insecurity and fear masked as concern. When your partner tries to control who you talk to, where you go, or what you wear, they're not protecting you, they're controlling you. And that's not something you should ever tolerate. Number 5. Emotional manipulation. This is one of the most insidious red flags because it often goes unnoticed until it's too late. Have you ever felt guilty for something you didn't do? Or found yourself apologizing just to keep the peace, even when you know you're not wrong? That's emotional manipulation at work. It's when your partner twists situations to make you feel like the bad guy, to make you question your own reality. They'll use your love against you, making you feel like you owe them, like you need to prove your worth. But let me tell you, love isn't about control, guilt, or power. It's about mutual respect, trust, and understanding. If you're constantly feeling drained, confused, or guilty, you're not in a healthy relationship. You're being manipulated. Number 6. Erosion of self-worth. This is the red flag that creeps in slowly, quietly, until one day you look in the mirror and don't recognize the person staring back. It starts with little comments: "You're not good enough, you're lucky to have me, no one else would want you." Over time, these words chip away at your confidence, your sense of self, until you start believing them. This is more than just a red flag. It's a warning that you're losing yourself in a toxic relationship. If you find that your self-esteem is plummeting, that you're constantly doubting your worth, it's time to take a step back and ask yourself, is this relationship building you up or tearing you down? These 6 red flags, they're not just signs that something's wrong. They're warnings that your relationship is on a path to destruction. Don't ignore them. Don't brush them off. Your happiness, your well-being, and your future depend on recognizing these signs and taking action. You deserve a relationship that builds you up, not one that tears you down. So ask yourself, are you seeing these red flags? And if you are, what are you going to do about it? Don't wait for things to get better on their own. Protect yourself and never settle for anything less than the love and respect you deserve. Your experience could be the eye-opener someone needs. Comment below with your red flag stories, and let's create a community where we learn and grow together. And if you found this video helpful, why not give it a thumbs up and join our Heart Mind Reflections family by subscribing?